Hello, everyone. This is Kama, and welcome to Somebody's Got to Do It, where we feature persons in different jobs. And we need to emphasize how important these jobs are, and that's the whole point of inviting these guests to come so we can learn the nitty gritty, the behind the scenes of these jobs. So today, I am thrilled to have two farmers to speak about farming. Right, we have Latoya Johns and Devon Deenah. Welcome, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
All right, so we're gonna dive right into it, and I'm going to invite Latoya to tell us how she got into farming because we know that farming, as important as it is, it's unfortunately something that young people shy away from. How did you end up in farming, Latoya?
Uh, it was unexpected. Let me get that out of here first.
Mhm.
And Devon was the one who was interested in farming, not me.
Oh,
I was more interested in making dry rub. Part of my background, I'm not at home.
okay.
I was more interested in making dry rub powder season. And Devon said to me, "Well, if you're gonna make powder season, you might as well have a farm where you can supply yourself with the raw ingredients."
Mhm.
So that is how we got started in farming.
Okay, so it was never something that
Was
um,
never
you
planned.
as a little girl would dream about growing up to be a farmer.
Well,
Okay.
funny enough, I grew up in a farming community in St. Mary, where we
Mm-hmm.
had a lot of farmers, but I had no interest. Just a little, what you call it, garden farm, where if mommy have some extra tomato, I would go outside and plant those tomatoes. But it was never something that I myself would say, all right, I want to grow up and become a farmer.
Okay. All right. So Devon, we understand that you are the one who drew Latoya into this whole dirty business. So explain to us why you do that to the lady.
Well, I don't consider it as dirty business, and I think
It's a
farming.
dirty business. Don't your hands get
Uh,
dirty,
uh,
Latoya?
yeah, money can get dirty, but no
Yeah.
pain, no gain, no dirt, no money
Dirt is good.
rewarded at
Dirt
the end.
is good.
Right. So yeah, so Latoya is a very unique individual. She has all these talents, and
Mhm.
she came up with the idea of that seasoning business. And when we started looking around, I was like, this business, for seasonings, it's not going to be sustainable if she wants to be the one to produce this seasoning at a cost effective rate for her to make money and for consumer them to you know be able to afford it at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So I was one like, listen, whatever your ideas are, I'm always willing and do my part as possible to assist and to
Mhm.
contribute financially on that end, as my support for her, because I know her passion and anything she put her mind to, she
Mhm.
always see through, right? It's not just a word of mouth thing with her. So um, always support her with that kind of stuff. So I was like, listen, um, why don't I just get a piece of land, and then we can start putting all this stuff together and
Yeah.
see how best, you know, we can turn this into producing our own produce instead of buying it at high rate
Right.
prices from other distributors or from market or wherever else. If we are producing our own produce and whether ingredients to go in the seasoning, then we will control all aspects of from growth to manufacturing to distribution and all that stuff.
Did you find that you had to do a lot of research prior to embarking on it, or it
Uh,
was just something that you just went into?
well,
We just went in basically. We get a lot of support from the Jamaica 4-H
Mm-hmm.
as well as farmers. Um, in the farming community that way. So we are being guided by those individuals.
Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do to begin, I'm going to share the screen, and we're going to see some very short clips. I want either one of you to just guide us through these short clips, so our viewers can understand some of the activities that take place on the farm. All right, let me know when you see the pic come up on the screen. Do you see the kids?
It's on it, but it's paused. Yeah, we see them. We see them.
Right. So this pic, our students went to visit the farm. By the way, tell us the location of your farm.
So the farm is in on Falcon Road in St. Catherine, Portmore. That area is known as Burner Lodge. I
Yes.
think that's a more common name that people will recognize. So it's in that area.
Right. So Bernard Lodge, Salt Pond, close to Phoenix Village, right?
Yes.
Right. Phoenix Village and across from Caribbean Estate. So thereabout. I was very surprised when you told me at first that the farm was in Portmore, because I was saying, where in Portmore you have land to do any farming? But when we actually got there and I saw the expanse of land, it really took me aback. So this is our group, this is our students who went on tour of the farm. All right, so explain to us what is happening here.
You good?
So this area that you're looking on, these are forests. And we put furrows or beds in place to put certain crops on. Especially during flooding time, this is a farming method that we use to prevent flooding. Um, we have in this video we have 2-inch pipes where we attach drip tape to, and we run those along the. So if you hear me use the term bed furrow, is the same thing. So we run those along there to plant the crops on. But this is basically a farming method that is used uh, to help prevent the crops from getting flooded.
I recall there is a stream nearby. That's where this water comes from.
Yes, so there is a stream nearby, and we use a pump to help with to carry the water from the stream to the farm.
Okay. So you
We
basically then you don't have any problems then with irrigation.
No, we don't have any problem with irrigation thus far.
Yeah, so that's awesome. That's one of your major concerns checked off. All
So
right.
plus for us to have the river, the stream so close. So this image that you're looking at, this is basically what it was before any work started. So there was pipes in place. Someone was using the space to plant watermelon. So they had previously installed pipes. That is the
This is the
stream
stream, right?
that is directly in front of the farm.
Is this stream connected to
What
the
looks kind
river?
of, that's what I heard. I cannot say for sure, but that is what I heard. I heard that that is where the water comes from.
Right. Because to my knowledge, that's the main river this side of St. Catherine.
Right.
Yeah.
That is
Right.
source of water.
Okay, so these are the
So
pipes
this is the system that
connected to the pump.
look like a lot of confusion, but it basically goes through a process. There's no filter on that. I think you might have a video where I show a filter where I can explain in detail why the pipes are positioned in that way. But that's the before. A lot of hard work to bring it to what it is today.
Can imagine.
A lot of person would look at a lot of person would look at that and say, "Why is woodland and they can't be bothered?"
Imagine. So you had to
Yeah.
employ workers to help, right?
Yes. So this is a small clip of me attaching the drip tape
Drip.
to the lock up. So what happened is we bored some holes on those 2-inch pipes and we put some lock ups on them. So
Lock
uh,
off valve on each one.
attach the drip tape to it.
Okay.
So the drip tape come in our entire roll and we basically walk along each furrow
Mhm.
and cut it. So we cut according to the length that we want.
So laying these pipes, how long would you say it took you to get these pipes? Is it days, weeks, months?
So we did 1.5 acres of land. It took us a day, an entire day. Because I am apprentice. That's another video of me chopping. So at the end of
You're
these
very
course, we have to
hands-on,
put
Latoya.
two hands on.
Yes.
So at the
She like
end
get
of
her hands
each course,
dirty.
we have to put sticks, and then we use those sticks to hold the drip tape in place.
I don't see Devon with any machete yet. Is he just supervising or what?
Not as it.
Well, yeah. I get my hands dirty, man. Don't have any evidence.
Oh, you don't have the evidence. All right, what's this here?
This is
Melon?
the melon field. The melon. This is the melon field. This melon field was 5 weeks old at the time of this video.
Okay.
And you can need to look carefully to some babies on it, some melon.
Typically, the melons get to how many weeks before they are ready?
So we carry them up to 9 weeks. Um, we bring them up to 9 weeks before we pick.
Tried my hands at watermelon, and I realized that it's a very delicate crop. Like if it gets too much water or not, it tends to rot easily. I don't know if it's because I wasn't doing the right thing. Do you have a
Right.
lot of loss with the melons?
So
No.
watermelon loves a lot of water. What happened when the fruit comes, you can't put
You have to
too much
restrict the amount
water
of
and it
water you
can't be
apply on
water
them.
logged.
Mm-hmm.
So
So
in
you have
order
to
for
put
that,
mulch under them.
and not necessarily. All we do farming is we use a lot of fertilizers and mulch. I'm sorry, I am a mechanic, so I might be distracted from time to time. So we
Okay.
use fertilizers. Um, we use multinational farm and the other farms,
Mm-hmm.
and run them through those. So we don't use any mulch. If we're supposed to use mulch, we would have to have a lot to do it on a wide scale.
Yeah. Okay.
Um, we can plant the
They
watermelon.
would use mulch. So they will use mulch if there is a restriction on water supplies
Mm-hmm.
to keep the soil. So
To
don't
keep
like
it.
in Saint Elizabeth and stuff. They use a lot
Yeah.
of mulching where they put like grasses that they cut, they lay on the
Mm-hmm.
surface soil and then let the watermelon run on top of that to
Yeah.
maintain moisture underneath so the sun don't,
So,
extract any kind of moisture from the soil. But we don't have that issue in our area 'cause we have, thank God for that, a
you
steady
have
flow
the
of water.
stream.
So
Yeah, I was thinking when I
we're
saw
not
the stream, I
restricted
was
with that kind
saying,
of supply source.
yeah, what good luck to have a stream nearby. These material that you use, are they very expensive? The piping and the tubing and so
Very,
on.
very, very expensive. A roll of tubing To
Mm-hmm.
do an acre and a half is like $45,000 just for the tube alone, just the tape, the drip tape.
Yeah.
So
And then the pipes is
just the cover
another.
acre and a half is just 45,000 just for the plastic tube that you see Latoya rolling out there to go on each lay on each one of
Let's,
those grounds.
let's never
Mm-hmm.
get it on a cheap
PV,
price.
and a cheap price that, so the PVC pipe is expensive. All of that stuff. The gas to run the pump is expensive because you have to constantly run the pump.
Mm-hmm.
Every day, you can't make any day pass with no water them unless there's rainfall. Like, every now and then that happens, but other than that, you still have to spend, plus the fertilizers, plus the insecticides and pesticides that you have to apply, because the first week of planting okra, I'm not sure if we told you about it the other day. The first week of planting the okra, we had an infestation of
Army,
what do they call them,
army
soldier
worm,
worms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
army
soldier
worm.
worms, and within army worms, and within 2 days of planting, we started seeing them biting eating almost half of all the freshly
Wow.
sprung sprouts from the okra. So we
Yeah.
had to put chemicals, insecticide and pesticide on it right away in the first couple of days, in the first 3 days,
Mm.
to
I guess
prevent the
it's
obviously the loss of the crop.
yeah. I guess it's things like these that turn off people from farming sometimes. The thought that you could put all of this effort into your equipment and do your planting and you're there watching your crops come in, and then worms just come, or bugs just come, or a hurricane just come, and you might
Right,
lose all of it. I guess it's a
right.
turn off.
It
Are you
can be, but
surprised at all?
With everything that we do is a risk.
It is
Teaching
true.
is a risk.
Yeah.
Getting up and going, leaving your house is a risk. But
Mm,
with every risk, we learn how to adjust and to start again. I don't think everybody would look at somebody else's job and say, "Well, I wouldn't do that because it's hard." But if it's something that you're passionate about, you just
yeah.
adjust as you go along. You win some, you lose some, you learn from it.
Do you get
yeah.
any subsidy or assistance from the government?
Um, very, very little. Like that's why I
Mm,
said,
I've had training with Jamaica for it through a program for
Mm-hmm.
youth. Um, and I received a vote from them as well. That and they send them training, refreshers, and they follow to make sure that everything is going all right with the animal that I was given.
Mm-hmm.
As it relates to the government, I have not been in farming long enough to say yes or no, but everything that we have done so far is coming from pocket.
Yeah, out of pocket. I noticed there are a number of what you would call settlements there. Is it a farming village kind of thing?
it
Or
is, it is. You can
it's a
say that
farming
because
village?
each section that you saw has a dedicated person that is responsible for whatever acres, whether it's 1 acre, 5 acre, 10 acre, 50 acres. There are different farmers who has access to that area.
Yeah.
So yes, it's almost like a farming village. So each person plants what they feel like they're most comfortable with, or what's in their budget, or what is most profitable to them.
Do you find that
That's
there
the
are certain crops that are more suitable to this area?
Sorry, repeat that
you
question again.
Do you
can
find that there are
plant.
particular crops that are more suitable to this area in Portmore?
Not necessarily, because what I realize is each farmer has a preference as it relates to the type of crop that they choose to grow. So I wouldn't
Mm,
say that there is a specific crop for that particular area. You have some crops that love sunshine, like pineapple.
yeah.
I would say pineapple would do good in that area because it's extremely hot out there. There's a lot of sunshine. So it's really left up to the choice of the farmer. It's basically preference.
Okay.
You have
It's also the
some
amount.
crops that are harder to
It's also the
maintain
amount
than
of time. It's also the amount of time they're willing to
To
um
put
have a
in.
crop account for without getting a return, because like Latoya is saying, the pineapple, it's not a cash crop like that. It takes an extended period,
Yeah, it
maybe
takes a long
close to a
time.
year before it's a fruit. So
Yeah.
when somebody can plant watermelon and in 6 to 8 weeks they can reap, or plant peppers and in 8 weeks they reap, or something else, So like I said, it's based
It,
on how much how long they're willing to invest into it without seeing a return.
Mhm.
but there's also it has to do with maintenance as well because watermelon is cheaper to maintain than onion or
Mhm.
peppers, and okra is cheaper to maintain than watermelon.
In what way?
So,
Explain.
so as it relates to the your investment, so
Yeah.
okra from start to finish might run you 100,000 per acre and a half from start to finish. Pesticide, um, fungicide, you name it, fertilizers, everything from start to finish. Whereas watermelon will run you anywhere between 300 and 400,000 start to
Oh
finish.
wow. Yeah.
Onion would run you, if the land is
2 million.
correct,
Wow.
700,000, 2 million
Those are the
without
figures you're talking
information.
about.
Yes, so
Yeah. So
onion,
the,
onion, you have to bake the
for that
onion, you
for
have
that
to
interview,
so it's
Yeah.
very expensive.
yeah.
So
How
So
do go ahead. Sorry. You're okay. So are you affected by predial larceny? Or
fortunately,
no, not in the
protected?
area because not a lot of persons know the area and we
I
rather
want to
keep it
keep it
that
that
way.
way.
Okay. All
I
right.
want to keep it
The
that
thing
way
with
too.
perennial larceny is no
Yeah.
stranger will come across your farm and attack it. It's normally people that you know
You know,
or
right.
people who knows about your farm. That will be the problem.
Okay.
It's come
All
on. I
right.
must
Well,
ask: is it possible to use just one phone because we're at a business location and you're closing up?
all
The
right.
echo. Let her use hers. I'm gonna come off and then she can come in the car and then
Well,
move on.
all right. Okay.
They're kicking us off their property. So sorry, viewers.
All right. So what we're going to do now, we got some footage when we
Lati, come now.
visited. Yeah, you can go ahead.
I'm gonna
Um,
disconnect.
and right. So we got some footage from the farms. So Latoya, I'm going to ask you to walk us through the video because the sound is low on the video. So I'm going to mute it, and then you can just walk us through it. So I'm
No
gonna
problem.
start the video now.
Okay. From what you're looking at there, I was explaining that is a fertigation system. And I was touching the fertigation pump. So what happened, that's the hose that pulls the chemical from that drum, off a drum, and send it to the plant.
Mm.
We have lots of valves everywhere, so we are always in control. As it relates to who gets what, and if there's an issue, we can always turn off a valve to correct it. Issue meaning a burst drip tape or a block drip tape. Um, at this point, the watermelon field was 7 weeks old. 7 weeks old. Um,
And
I'm
this
here.
is who is this young man here?
This is my son. This is our son, Devon,
Okay, so that's Amir.
I think
Yeah.
that's a pig card. I think that's a bone from a pig. So this is
Okay.
a makeshift goat pen. It needs some working on, but we may do what we have. Um, these are mixed goat and regular goats. Jamaicans call them common goat, but we have
Mm-hmm.
specific names for them. Um, as the children enjoying themselves, they got very excited. They weren't listening to anything because they were so intrigued by what was happening.
So we're on the what now? The melons here.
The watermelons too.
Yeah.
Um, you look closely, you can see watermelons on it. We reaped watermelons. I don't know if I shared a video with you. We reaped watermelons. We were ready to reap, but we had to reap them because of the storm, the hurricane. We suffered some loss as well
In the hurricane that
because,
passed last week.
yes, because the flood, as I said to you, once the fruit is on the plant and there is flood, it sucks all of that water and it becomes waterlogged.
So you remember you're talking about that you got spoiled? It's because there was too much water being applied to it at the
Right.
last stage or any stage of it. So if you give it too much water, it will soak it up and then spoil the fruit.
Yeah, that's what I noticed about the melon.
Yeah,
You have to
restrict
do
the amount,
things in moderation.
especially the last couple of weeks. You can like almost cut off your water. Limit the amount of water that you put onto the watermelon so it can absorb the nutrients and the sugars and stuff that you need to actually taste that sweet. So you lick
Yeah.
your lips for me done.
Um, what's happening here? I was just explaining to them the types of fertilizers that we use. We use a green plus, we have melon blend. We have MOP. MOP basically strengthens the fruit, make it hard, you know. And I was showing them the watermelon size.
Okay. So I think we're going to leave here now and go to the goats.
Goat
Yeah.
pen.
Mm.
I must say the kids were very excited.
Oh, they were.
Um,
How big is the farm?
so this lot. So what happened? Before we got our plot, we were on a friend's property. That friend has 9 acres, and he too is a pig farmer, and he's the one who introduced us to pig, basically. Farmers, look out for farmers out there. So we
Yeah.
were allowed to plant watermelon and house our goats there, as well as put some of our pigs in his pig pen.
Okay.
So he has 9 acres. And as I said, it varies. Persons will get different acreage of land. He occupies about 3 acres of the 9 that he was given for now, because he does rotation. So he'll plant in this area this month, and then next month he'll plant in a different area. So he does a lot of rotation on the property.
Okay. So these farmhouses. Oh, tell us about the pit. I was very intrigued by this pit.
This is a pit where we send all the waste from the pig.
Wash the waste.
So all the feces and the urine goes down in that pit, and we wash the pig pen every single day.
Every day?
Yes. This is Mango. This is Amir's goat. Mango is a graded mix. Graded boar. So it's a mixed goat.
It's a common mix. It's a local common goat mixed with a boar goat.
Oh.
Which boar goat is a meat goat that's originally from South Africa. But it grows really fast. The original boar goat grows really fast. You can get a boar goat in a year that weighs almost 200 pounds locally. So but what it is, they're not as durable. They're not as durable as the local goat, as our common goats in Jamaica can withstand to the environment and all that. All the different bacteria and stuff from our soils and stuff that they're used to. The boar goat that's imported into the country cannot withstand to that. So what they do is they crossbreed them with the local goat to give them a stronger system, but to also make them bigger than the local common goats.
Okay. That's how you're explaining about the teeth here.
So to tell the age of a goat was a year old, close to a year or a little over a year. So what happened is they'll change the milk teeth or the baby teeth from middle outward. Every year they'll change two
Mhm.
teeth from middle outward. So that is how we tell the age of a goat.
Okay.
Sorry.
Do you use
That
the pit for anything like to generate
we're
heat
thinking
or
about doing
Fertilizer.
gas,
Yeah, biogas.
biogas,
biogas, right?
but the infrastructures are pretty. It just to get
Expensive.
the materials to go in that business is costly. So
Mm-hmm.
we're thinking about it. We haven't made any move towards it. Um, the manure that we get from that pit, the pieces, it's very good for the plants as well. And once we release, so we pump that water from, we have to drain it
Mm-hmm.
um, by pumping it. So we use the pump and turn it on and it pulls the water. Wherever on the land that water runs to, if you even throw a stone there, I'm exaggerating, it will grow.
And be very fruitful too.
Oh,
So that is all the nutrition from all the waste from the pigs being
yeah.
never digested,
Mm-hmm.
gonna stay into that all the breakdown of all the different foods and bacteria from now and
Do you do composting?
back into plants.
A
We,
little,
we
a little
started
for
it.
personal use.
Yeah.
Um, it's not something that we practice on a wide scale as yet because, as I said, we have been in farming for just a year.
Yeah.
Um, my intention is to go organic, but just to start, we are not 100% organic.
Yeah.
So we'll be doing compost very soon. We'll have to build up an area to put the waste in and put soil in there to help break it down so that we can use it back in the field.
Do you want to give us an idea of how many pigs and goats, or if not, you can reserve that information?
I can share it. So in
Yeah.
all, we have 1, 5, 6, 7, 3. We have 7, 8 goats. Um, the pigs there, we have 300. Between my friend and I, we have 308 pigs
Mm-hmm.
altogether on that farm. From
There, so
from
And that range from piglets all the way to
piglet all
top
the way up
boar, right?
the board.
To top
Yep.
boar, right? So we're looking at the pigs now eating their
They're
stuff.
eating. It came at meal time. So what they're eating is a mix of food that was prepared for them. So we cook for the pigs as well. They're eating um pig. They were eating on that particular day waste or scrap or boiler. And this is meat scrap or chicken intestine, chicken head, foot, everything that comes from the chicken factory. So get it from like CB or Best Rest, the purchases, and we cook it for the animals, for the pigs.
Right. We
Um,
have a short video later where you were explaining to us, you were actually showing us the drums
yes,
um, cooking. Right. So in a little while, you can explain even further with that.
yes. And there are two sets of pigs here. We have the large white or the Canadian, and we have the Duroc.
Repeat the last one.
Durocs. I hope I got it right. Duroc or
Two
Durocs.
rocks.
Duroc.
Okay.
The white one are the large white, and the dark one or the brown one are the ones with the spot. Some of them are mixed as well, are the Durocs.
Mhm. Do you let them interbreed or you
we
keep them?
choose which ones to breed with which ones to get just based on what the meat production looks like and all that kind of stuff. So yes.
Choose who we want to keep and who we want to let go, because once the pig becomes pregnant, that pig is no longer, we don't put it on the market for meat purpose, solely for breeding purpose.
So you mean once it starts to breed, it will just be breeding?
Yes, no babies, no meat. We'll never kill a sow that had children or had piglets. That has piglets, I'm sorry. And actually my animals like people, so
Yeah, I can imagine. But
yes. So,
after the lot, after she has had a lot and brought them to a stage, you could kill her for
No,
meat?
no,
she's never
no.
used for
Not
meat.
at
She's
all.
never ever used for me.
Oh,
But she'll get pregnant constantly until her days are done.
okay. So when she gets to old age, what happens? You send her to nursing home,
They
because you're not
die,
No,
gonna
they
they die,
just leave them on.
they
just die of
die,
old age.
they die.
Oh,
Yes,
so
they
the old
just
ones just
die.
sit around and play bingo and dominoes.
Mm-hmm. And see who did first to get longer rest. And
I
then we
know.
have a part on the farm that we call boneyard, where we
Uh-huh.
bury them and they
Are
stay
you
there. That's why you see
serious?
I'm here with a table.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
bury them. Yeah, that's why I said I'm here with the bone, the big bone.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
sometimes stray dogs will come and dig it up and
Mhm.
they'll pull the bone from the bone,
I know the kids
put
were
it
really
closer to
excited.
the farm.
How often per week do you slaughter?
It depends on the market. It depends. We have weeks where you'll go through an entire 2, 3, 4 weeks, an entire month without killing. These are the ups and downs of farming.
Yeah.
It if you're planning to get rich quick, farming is not the way. Because you have farmers right now that are complaining about the market. We have an issue with the market in Jamaica, especially pig farmers. And we have so much pig, we have so many pigs, we can supply the entire Jamaica. But for some reason, they're they're not supposed to. But I've reached out to many organizations or shops or wholesale, and they don't purchase from locals because of the cost of
Oh.
the pork, but they're getting it elsewhere. I'm not
Mm,
going to say they're importing, but
yeah.
has told that they import meat. The government had put a stop on that, where they were only supposed to import like the salt, the pickles, like pigtail
Yeah.
or the pig feet, and not the meat of the pig. But
Hmm.
for some reason, they just don't support the local farmers.
But I imagine at Christmas time though,
So
there's
we struggle.
definitely
So yeah, man, at Christmas time we'll have what? We'll kill like 3 pigs per week, three
mm,
200 pounds per week. We have times when you get a contract and you per week you're killing 50 pigs per week.
wow.
So as I said, it has its ups and
It
its
ups
downs.
and downs. Yeah, highs and lows, really. So you have
We
to
love
be
to have the contract.
patient. You have to be dedicated to it.
It has to be something that you love.
Yeah.
You see, the pigs, that's why I said to you, we treat them like family, because Lord, if I didn't love them, trust me, I wouldn't be out there.
You made a comparison with teaching earlier, and I'm telling you, if you don't love
It's the
teaching,
same.
don't come into it,
It's the
because
same.
yeah, it's a similar thing. You have to be passionate about it. You have to really love kids.
And
Um,
the pigs are kind of like children, You have some
yeah.
bad ones that You wish, Lord, you can root out, but you just have to keep them and deal with them still.
Yeah. You feel like you know each one personally? Do you give them names?
I think I have a relationship with them. Um, I used to eat pork a lot, and since going in farming, I cannot eat as much,
Mm-hmm.
and I cannot see when they're being killed.
Yeah, I
It becomes
get what you're saying. Yeah. You know what surprised me? Um, I was speaking to Amir. Amir is what? 5?
bad.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, we saw Amir earlier with his goat and his. I was talking to Amir about chickens, and you'd expect a 5-year-old, if he's talking about chickens being killed, you'd be, you know, nervous and start to cry and that kind of thing. So Amir said, um, he has a chicken and he's going to kill the chicken. And I said, Amir, why would you do that? Why would you kill the chicken? He said, well, I want to turn it into KFC. I was so I was
So
I was so
I
shocked when I heard him
yeah,
say
they're not
no,
afraid.
no remorse, nothing like that. You hear of kids when they find out that um their pet chicken was cooked. They don't want to touch it. They don't want to hear it. Amir is planning to turn some chickens into KFC.
So from early on, we instilled in Amir that these are food.
Yeah, so you
Um,
let him know
we
the reality of it.
Yes, he knows that we kill these solely for food. So Amir will never harm an animal unless he's going to eat it.
Yeah.
He'll tell you, if I am not going to eat it, I will not kill it. So he will not kill a lizard. He will not harm a dog. He knows that chicken is solely for eating, and he knows that the pig too is for meat purpose.
Hmm.
So and he has witnessed the death of pigs and chicken. I know persons might beg to differ, but we try to grow children on a realistic.
Yeah, which
Um,
is good. Yeah,
we try to bring them up in a way where
they know what is what.
they know certain things. They're very rounded. They know good from bad, and they get their hands dirty. They're hands on to everything.
Right.
And Daddy Devon does a lot of hunting, and he'll take Amir with him hunting, meaning to shoot wild boars, pigs,
Okay. Up in the hills, Hillshire Hills.
in the bushes.
Yeah.
And Amir will go along as well. And Amir will tell you that he shoot the birds, and we clean up the bird together as a family, and
Yeah.
we prepare the bird and we eat the bird. So
I
he
totally agree. I totally agree. They should know.
and he
Tapered
witnessed
to
these
their
things.
level. Yeah. Tapered to their level, they should be. They should know. All right. We have 2 other short videos. So this one was a bit lengthy. The other 2 are short. I think the sound is filming.
All right, Auntie, can go ahead now.
You can go to show them when it's just germinating, but we have to control them.
Give me.
Maybe they're strong.
And this is what, Auntie? These are okra.
Listen now, Auntie's gonna auntie farm online, and you have to listen. You have to turn your back, alright? So you're gonna follow my step. Alright? Pay attention to Auntie.
Each second hole.
Just put it there. So I'm gonna take it out.
Hey, Latoya.
It's alright.
Why not take them out?
Alright. They have to follow your auntie.
No, all of them can go over there.
The most step.
Gonna make mistake.
That's right. It turns them right in front of you.
So this is an okra.
Look down, you can see them.
So it's just coming.
Tiny ones coming up.
That was 3 days old.
You can see them.
Can't see them? You seeing them?
These are okra. And what you call them? Before they get to okra stage?
They're germinating.
Oh, they are germinating.
Look like 4 days ago.
Put
So
your
we
foot down,
plant them on the
KJ.
24th and the 25th. and they started germinating. They started popping up on the 27th.
How big is this?
This piece.
1.5 acre.
The bed. So within a couple weeks, you're gonna see a lot of okra grow. So those okras are 1 acre and a half.
What is this now we're going to look at? What are we looking at now? Okay. The soak away like around the other side? Okay.
There's actually one about 16 feet long.
And this is around 10 feet now. Look more than 10 feet.
I would say about 14, 15 feet.
Okay.
Just look at here, but when you go down there, you only half your body, so
Yeah.
or about less than half.
And this is another soak away, right?
Yeah, man, that's for the waste for the pigs.
Okay, this is another pig waste like around the other side.
This is brand new.
Okay.
Different from over this. 7 months or so ago, it was just like this in the bushes everywhere.
Yeah.
The tractor just cut that maybe 4 or 5 days ago.
Yeah.
On all of this.
So you're going to plant something else over there?
We're gonna put pumpkin on this side over here, and then everything back here is gonna be water.
Okay.
Why are you shouting at me?
Come down, please.
Everyone!
Be careful.
When you get more developed, you should definitely have more schools coming into Cork so that the young ones can learn about farming. They're generally very excited about these things, right? And they need to know into how they get their food.
Yes.
Yeah, man, kill them.
You know,
Step on them, listen to them.
Them eat on the stove.
That's what we just
They said
yesterday.
this career where was stressed at the farm, and I was very
Eat off.
Yes.
Go out to the plants and start eating plants. So you see, we just lay these pipes in. The pipe, we put it under the ground because this is a
Road.
for the tractors going to pick up road.
Zane, let him finish talk first.
We're going to run the drip tubes along
Jane was
all the
excited.
way down as well.
Yes, they're
So
very
we're
excited.
putting the pipe down there as well.
Surprisingly, they weren't afraid of anything. They weren't afraid of the worm.
It's a lot of work, but
They weren't afraid of the worm. They were afraid of the
Plants, they were helping to plant.
we're going to plant that Monday coming up here.
They wanted to
There's
do
a heavy
everything.
rain
It's all
that's
worth it.
How do I cut the
When
back
you can-
and I have to make it?
Which one?
Who's speaking? Which one you think is the best payoff, the animals or the plants?
plants by far with you.
Plants.
Yeah.
And you know, I was thinking it's the other way around.
Plants will give you more. You put it, spend the effort and the time. The upfront cost is very expensive for planting.
But you're short of
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
In
One roll of the tape alone is about 45,000. Wow. You take about 2 rolls just for the tape. Not to mention the pipe, the valves, everything. To plow it, fertilizer, chemicals, pesticides, insecticides, workers who pay. So all those are upfront costs you have to incur.
That's what I was saying. Which one give you the more profit?
Yeah, man,
The plants
the
still.
plant will give you more profit. It just the pigs them you can see at a over and over they can multiply. Plants. That's okra 6 weeks. Yeah, 6 watermelon.
Yo, get here, we get here. Come here.
So you just start over. You just keep
It's
going.
a caterpillar.
I remember a time when the kids,
A week separation in between the one.
I remember one time the kids got a black achiever to do about the guy that was on the farm. He was a slave and he started up with the planting. But so that's what I want to ask. What's his name again?
George Washington crab.
Yeah. So I want to find out, like when you plant watermelon here for this crop, that's what you plant again the next crop, or you plant something else?
You can plant the same thing again, but you don't keep consistent with the seed. You rotate. You can plant rotate.
Okay.
There's no say you can't plant it back to back.
Because some of them release different nutrients to replenish the soil and then you plant again.
Yeah.
So
Cause we saw one of that in the Black Achiever. That's why I was asking. Yeah.
Okay, so Devon, I have another short video which you volunteered to guide us through. Right, so that's what I was telling us about the drums that you guys had cooking up for the pigs.
yes.
What's that in the drum?
So that's called boiler. It's a combination of like the leftover chicken waste that includes the stomach, the head, the feet, the feathers, whatever is left over that is not being consumed by humans. That's going to be dumped. We collect it. Of course, there's people who sell it, but we buy it from them. It's not a nice smell to smell, so
Yeah.
if anybody thinking of touching that stuff, it is a nasty smell to have around. So just be aware of that. Yeah, right, and to transport it as well. So, and then you put it in a drum and you boil it, just like you cook any other food for hours. It take about 3 to 4 hours to cooking, to cook down.
That's why I was saying there are also like biscuits and buns.
Yes.
Bread.
So the spoiled biscuits that are not, leftover dough and whatever that wasn't turned into biscuits and stuff. Our patty, we get it as well and then boil it, soak it before for like a week, and then add it to the boiled food and cook it along with it to mix it together for another hour or two, and then it's cooled, and it also acts as a preservative that it creates a natural oil barrier on top of the cooled food when it's done cooking, and it prevents any kind of insects and flies from laying eggs into it.
Oh.
Yeah, so it also kills the smell, maintaining the smell for the
How long
pigs.
does one drum of this last the pigs?
Well, it depends how much pigs you're feeding.
Yeah, like you're a lot of pigs.
So
300 pigs.
300 some pigs, you're going through a drum a day.
30 drums, and that lasts for
Yeah, a drum to 2 drums a day. Depends on what you feed them at a bag feed.
And per day, how often you feed them? Is it one feeding per day or?
So 1 feed a day. Let me correct that. About 3 drums a day them go through if it's 300 and some pigs.
Yeah, 1 feeding per day.
Right, 1 feeding. But we also supplement and give them bag feed sometime, to help.
And they get what? I noticed there were some water. Were there pipes in their stalls? Water pipes.
So each pen has water that's piped into it, and they have feed water nozzles that they bite into, and the water comes into their mouth. So that is at different heights. For the younger pigs, it's at a lower level, and for the ones that are much more mature, it's at a higher level. So the young ones can get to it. They're not worried about getting a water source. So water is piped into each pen, and it's drinking water. It's drinkable water as well.
Is it true? I thought I heard someone say, like, you make the feed salty, so it affects the taste of the meat. Is that true?
No. So sometimes I guess other people make it salty so the pigs drink more water, but we don't believe in that concept.
Okay.
They eat the feed and they're gonna drink the water no matter what.
Okay. All right. So
in addition to that, we give them. So we do give them salted products. So like the biscuit scraps from National or Excelsior. We get those scraps and we'll mix it with the dough, and so that is our feeding for pigs. We mix it, and the dough and so we give to the female mothers. It helps with the milk production. And we have the grower that we give to the younger pigs. So we'll mix it with the biscuit and feed it to them. It is a bit salty, and they consume this and they drink a lot of water and they put on a lot of weight, but not a lot of fat.
Okay. Okay.
And it does not affect the taste of the meat, not to my knowledge.
Okay. All right. Well, we're about to wrap up. I just have a couple more questions, and I'd like each of you to answer these questions. So we're gonna start with Devon this time. I want to know. I mean, it has come out in the interview so far, but I want you to tell me directly how you feel about your job as a farmer and what excites you the most about your job.
Well, I feel as a farmer, I feel like I want to contribute back to society in some way. You see a lot of things on TV where they import in food from other countries and stuff.
Mhm.
So personally, I want to produce local crops here so we can know where food are come from. You understand?
Yeah.
The quality of our food, because you are what you eat, as them say in Jamaica, and I say all over the world. So what you consume is what you end up. You living longer, you have a healthier life, you feel better about yourself. You can know
Mhm.
your food is being produced. So
Yeah.
what excites me about it is producing an excellent crop and seeing it from start all the way through its cycle to consumption and it being consumed and stuff like that. So that's what excites me about it. Producing something that's gonna be fulfilling to eat, and when I eat it, say yes. And
Exactly.
other people are gonna eat it, say yes, it's gonna be a quality product they're enjoying. Not
Yeah.
some imported produce that's packed with fertilizer and stuff, just make it just look big and pretty, but it's
Mhm.
not healthy for your body. So I want to produce good health, sustainable food sources constantly. So that's what you know, I'm priding myself in producing.
All right. Latoya, how do you feel about being a farmer and what excites you the most?
Honestly, I get stressed out sometimes. I have days
I
where
can
I tell
imagine.
myself, I'm not doing this. I'm not going to no damn farm today. Pardon my French. I'm not doing it
Yeah.
because it is very tiring and it's very demanding and it's a constant work. Especially when you have crops. I have to be there every single day because I don't have anybody out there overseeing anything. So I have to go there every day to pick up a workman to take him there for him to assist me in either spraying or setting up the pump so that we can water the plants. I have days where I just feel like throwing in the towel, and then I have days where I go there and I cry about the sun burning my skin and to plant how much okra seeds. And then I go out there 2 days after and I see the okra germinating and I say, yes.
Yeah.
And I feel encouraged to come every day now. Me come
Yeah.
so that I can see stage by stage what they're doing. Just to see life, because that is life itself
It is.
from start to maturity. And it brings some amount of reassurance.
Mhm.
To me, I don't know, I can speak for me. It is very therapeutic to just watch something grow. It's like a
Mhm.
woman having a baby.
Right.
It starts from conception and you take your time and you see the different changes that she goes through. That's the same way I view plants. And that is what excites me.
You think there are persons who have a green thumb, or that's a myth?
Um, it, I think I think it comes from the heart. Um, it has nothing to do with a green thumb or a black thumb. I have a pink thumb, but I think it comes from the heart. If you're pure and clean and you love what you do, it will grow. Um, my great grandmother always say, see, it's a wicked people can't plant nothing. But
For
she
real,
meant
for real, for
wicked
real,
as
for real.
in they're either miserable or grumpy or just
Yeah, for real.
cankerous according to Jamaicans. I don't care what they say.
Animals don't like to be around them either.
No, they don't. The animals become miserable. And if you look at our pigs, they're always wagging their tails. So we call it happy farm because they're just always happy.
Yeah.
Um, but I think it comes from the heart. And if you're doing something with good intention, it will um,
It
it
will
will
come
flourish.
it will thrive.
Yes.
What are some of the common misconceptions that people have about farming?
God got farming easy.
Yeah,
And anybody can, and you can just do whatever and make, you put anything in the ground and it's gonna grow for you. It has to be nurtured. It has to be look after like, almost like a newborn baby. It is a newborn baby.
it's, yeah, it
So
is for
You
real.
have
It is.
you get what you put in, you get out what you put in.
you have persons that go into farming for money, definitely for money, and then when the hardship hit them,
Hardship.
them just throw in the towel because the initial the reason why they got into it was wrong from initial. So that's a misconception. It is not. It has its benefits. You
Mhm.
can reap great benefits from farming, but don't have your head rounded about you're going in it definitely to make some money. That's not how it works. We have issues. We have things that can come and wipe out your entire crop. We have t- um things that we can control and things that we can't control, like the weather, climate,
Yeah,
flood, drought. So it's a give and take, and people might just want to go in, as I said earlier, for the money, and then when these things happen to them, they throw in the towel.
yeah. All right. My final question, and this is a question I ask all my guests. You have youngsters in your family or kids. Is farming something you would encourage them to do? Well, I know you have your kids on the farm, so I'm assuming. But let's say your cousins, your nieces, whatever. Would you, let's say they say they want to do farming. Is it something you would say, no, 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 you go do something else? Or would you encourage them to take it
I
up?
would, I would definitely encourage them. Um, it makes them appreciate the smaller things in life, and for them to know, listen, this is where food comes from. I would definitely encourage them. They'll appreciate the simplest things that life has to offer through farming, and they'll learn how to adjust and deal with mistake. Farming can help you with so much things. It's like going to school basically. It helps you with helps you with managing um your emotions. It helps you with conflict resolutions. It helps you with so much, because believe it or not, the animals fight and we have to break them up. So
Yeah, for real.
it really it gives you a what's the term? It's like broad broad on a wide scale. It teaches you so much, and even if it is something that you will not take on or wouldn't take on full time in the future, I think it would be very good if persons know even have have basic farming skills.
Yes. Devon?
Yeah. So the way I look at it is, you remember back in the day when we were all growing up, and we are, at least for me, and I know for Latoya as well, you were told to go plant a piece of cane, sugar cane, and stuff like that in the backyard. We have because of modernization and stuff, and with large scale housing in one year, I know people have gotten away from that, and with all the busy lives, the kids don't get to experience that stuff anymore. So they
Yeah.
don't know where the food come from. They don't appreciate it. So they eat the food and throw it away, thinking, oh, there's gonna be more tomorrow, and the waste is there. So I would encourage any child or any youngster that's willing to go into farming to go at least try it out and see, where your food comes from, so you can appreciate life. You can appreciate what you're enjoying. The food, that cause food is so good, at least for me. I mean, most
Yes.
everybody else love them food. That's what
Yeah.
keep us alive. So yeah, I would say go out there, try it. And any child or anyone that comes to me saying they are, sure it with us as a business that comes and say they want to try farming, I would say, okay, what can I advise you to do? What input you want from me? If there's anything I can do to help, of course, or we can do to help, we'll be the first source, because other people have helped us as well, and continue to help us as well. You
Yeah.
know, and every farmer is out there is willing to help in some capacity, the best way they can. Some can give you financial help, but they can give you emotional support. They can give you advice and guidance on what crops, what's best to plant, what's not best to plant at a particular time, how to take care of it. Things that happen to them that they don't want the same mistakes to happen to you as well. So, there's farmers are a good source of information as well. Even if you don't want to do it, you can still learn. Just somebody else who wants to do it that you come across can pass on the information to
And
as well.
benefits, yeah. I find that farmer, because of the nature of the job, I find that farmers are, very nurturing and helpful people. Latoya, you were adding something?
Yes, Miss Kama, very important point. Um, Farmers are very intelligent. I used to think it's some idiot people farm, some little football people, uneducated. They might not have the education, but they're very knowledgeable.
Farmer
And
education.
farming has a lot of chemistry in it. There's a lot of
Yeah.
chemistry in farming, and these individuals know everything from calcium to nitrogen and soil, like what the soil need, what the water need. They can give you the chemistry about farming. So farming is not just about going out there and digging a hole and planting something. It's not it. There's a whole chemistry behind it that these
Yes.
individuals know.
And they have to be very intuitive too, because it might sound like an age-old wives' tale, but farmers really do pick up subtle changes in the weather and
Mhm.
subtle changes in the soil because it's part of their job. Yeah, so they're very
Exactly.
intuitive.
Right, right. You're correct on that.
Yeah, and I think that more schools should try to incorporate, if it's even a little kitchen garden, or if they
They should.
can't, at least see to it that the kids can get to visit a farm maybe once a year, just to see the hands-on, what is involved in getting our food from the ground to the table.
True.
It's very
That's so true.
important. Yes. So, Latoya and Devon, you have a very, very important job. I'm happy that you decided to take it on, and I'm even happier that you are passionate about it, which means that you're in it for the long haul.
We
Yeah.
are. Yes.
Yes. And I want to thank you for taking the time to share with us, because it's important for us to understand what happens behind the scenes in these jobs. So thank you again, and I look forward to coming back to the farm to see the boys in action.
There you go.
Okay.
You're welcome.
All right.
We're
So
glad to have you guys anytime.
yes. All right, viewers, thank you too for joining us. And next time we'll have another interesting guest to talk about their job.